This is Paul. Yes. Somewhat cold this morning, Coach. I heard on the news this morning it's 39 degrees. Oh. Now, I was able to sleep inside last night, but I didn't sleep in sleeping bags on a hardwood floor. I haven't gotten any phone calls. I left another voicemail with the renter. And I haven't heard from the police about why they don't enforce my rights to not be trespassed, vandalized, and burglarized. Hooch. I just wondered if you got the email where I had documented that somebody had broke the back door. Yes. Went into the house, shut all the windows, brought in garbage bags, was going to pick. Well, it's real nice that I have an emergency place where I can sleep, but it's not my residence. Now I've documented certain crimes and I haven't gotten any phone calls. My sons haven't called me. Yeah. Marilyn hasn't called me. In fact, last night I was reading an article that has the wrong date on it. It was from 2012. See, I was living in a fifth wheel behind Kingsway Foursquare Church, 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Yes. Where you'd sent my mail for the last 5 years. Oh, for some reason you didn't change the actual address of myself when you arrested me for a crime I didn't commit in Sequim, Washington. Yes. And you arrested me for a crime I didn't commit in Brennan, Washington. Pooch. Because you sent the notice of the court hearing on August 21st. To 1023 Kitchen Dick Road when I had got here from Guam. Yeah. Well, I flew, I think it was January 7th of 2012. Right. I went to my grandmother's and there was a very bad snowstorm that year. Yes. Well, I got kicked out of my grandmother's house and I moved to the fifth wheel behind that church. Yeah. Well, that was my address because I stayed there from March until December when you turned the electricity off on me in the middle of winter. Oh. Well, during that time, they had adopted Legina, and they put an article in the Sequim Gazette. It was actually in 2012. Somebody from Sound Publishing didn't think it was necessary to have the right dates on the actual articles that they published. I thought it could be criminal, considering that it could be used as evidence of child exploitation. You remember that picture in the Rotarian newsletter where my sister Susan Bowers is holding Legina? Yes. Yes. Now, Mike and Marilyn had went to Haiti. They adopted Legina. And they put it in the Sequim Gazette that the Sound Publishing owns. Well, I had sent numerous pictures of wanting to speak to the actual mother of Legina. Yes. And it seemed that nobody would prosecute the pastor of Kingsway Foursquare Church for exploiting his adopted daughter from Haiti. Yes, using an image of someone other than his actual wife. Ouch! And then for some reason you thought, well, we'll just continue to victimize Paul Budnick and refuse to enforce his rights or the rights of Marilyn and her family. Now, for some weird idea, right, is that for 6 years, yes, Legina has been the adopted daughter of Marilyn. Yes. And she has 5 other children. Right. Now, I had made mention that when you did not send the mail to any other address other than 1023 Kitchen Dick Road, I thought that Mike was intentionally obstructing my right to get notice of dissolutions of marriage. Yes. Quite possibly court hearings from Jefferson County. Yes. And instead of the police actually acknowledging my existence, except for when they arrest me for failure to appear, pooch, the thought was that you could have given me notice because I asked for notice of court hearings. Now, I don't like going to jail, and I didn't like all the times that I've been to jail, and I didn't like it that you decided that you weren't going to enforce my civil rights, my custody rights, my voting rights, and you weren't going to enforce my right to sue you. Now, I think that we should go through all the articles of Sound Publishing. Yes. When did you originally publish them? Because if it was a jury of my peers and I was presenting the evidence that Legina is the adopted daughter of Marilyn and Mike Van Proyen, yes, and then Mike decided to use a picture of my sister, Susan Bowers, holding Legina, you can see that Marilyn doesn't look like Susan. No!